In this problem, it says Kelly asked 120 students questions about skiing. The results of the poll are shown in this table. Question 1. Have you skied either cross-country or downhill? If you answered yes to question 1, do you ski downhill? If you answered yes to question 1, do you ski cross-country? After completing the poll, Kelly wondered how many of the students polled had skied both cross-country and downhill. How many of the students polled indicated that they had skied both cross-country and downhill? Well, looking at the first question, we know that there are 65 students overall who ski either one or the other. So of those 65, some of them will do both. But just knowing that, we know that A is not the right answer, because 65 people ski in all. The other 55 don't ski. Now what we want is we want a smaller bunch of the 65. We want those who don't just ski one or the other. We want those who ski both. Now some people would get 73 if they just take this is the number of downhill skiers, and the number of cross-country skiers and add them up. But again, that number 73 won't work because it has to be less than 65. So how is that possible? Well, there are some people in this group and the same people in this group. And so they're counting twice. All right, so the first way I'm going to do this is a guess and check approach, and then we'll try another approach. Can it be 65? Well, no. 65 people cannot do both downhill and cross-country. Why not? Because there's only 28 people who do downhill at all. There's only 45 people who do cross-country at all. And so that's the most number of any that can do both. So we're already down to just 18 or 8. So let's say that 18 does both. So how many people only do downhill? Well, we have to take 18 out of this 28 because they're counted in the both. And so only 10 people do downhill. And so for cross-country only, we have to take out the 18 that do both. So we have 45 minus 18, so we have 27. And so the question is, do these three numbers add up to 65? Let's try it. 18 plus 10 plus 27? No, they add up to 55. So that means our answer is 8. Now there is a second way to do this, and that is with a Venn diagram. So we have two groups. We have downhill and we have cross-country. Now we know that everyone in this group, this circle adds up to 28. There are 28 people in this circle and there are 45 people in this circle. But we have this overlap, so I'm going to call that X. Now this over here is whatever's left over. So I'm going to call that 28 minus X. And over here, this is what's left over of those people who aren't already counted. So this is 45 minus X. And you can see that if I take this plus this, it will add up to 28. If I take this plus this, it will add up to 45. But we know that all three of these groups add up to 65 people in all. So I'm going to take 28 minus X plus 45 minus X, and that equals 65. All right, so the X and the minus X cancel out here. We're going to add 28 and 45 together. So we get 73 minus X equals 65. If I subtract 73, we get negative X equal to negative 8. So positive X equals positive 8, which is the number of people in the middle that overlap, that are part of both the downhill and the cross-country group.